Hello and welcome to the Canada Geeks podcast, episode number 2, with your hosts, Jimmy and Faust. On today's podcast, we talk about some of our favorite top 10 action adventure movies. Join us, relax, and see if we talk about your favorites. This podcast is also brought to you in part by Gemify Web Solutions at gemify.ca. Hello and welcome back to Canada Geeks. I am your host, Jimmy Heck.
And I'm your other co-host, Faust. I was going to say co-host, but I'm a host as well.
Yes. Co-host number 1, co-host number 2, Geek 1 and Geek 2, I guess, or whatever. Tonight we are going to be doing our top 10 favorite action adventure movies. I have a bunch of notes here, and it was far harder than I thought.
Yeah, it was, especially when you had to keep it to that, and we had to cut out other ones because we can do so many other top 10 lists. So
what I wrote down was these are movies that I like and movies that I enjoyed. By no means am I spouting out that these are the best movies ever.
No, absolutely not. But this is our list, yes, our personal list.
Yes, absolutely. I try not to hype movies. It's the worst thing that I could do, because if I talk about a movie, I sometimes get excited, but I don't want to put that excitement into someone else's head and have it hyped for them.
No, I get that, because I've had things ruined for me by people overhyping them, and it's like, now I just don't care anymore.
Exactly.
And I know that's happened to you with movies that I really like that you will never watch.
Yeah. The last time I got super hyped by someone else was The Phantom Menace, Star Wars 1.
Okay.
We were so hyped up, and then I left so dejected and so demoralized. So I try not to impart my vision or views of a movie. These are different. This is why I like these movies. If you want to see them, by all means. If you like them, you like them. If you don't, you don't. These are our movies. Now, some of the movies that I'm not going to be covering are going to be considered like sci-fi, so I don't have them on the list. Some of the movies I'm not going to be covering can be considered like high fantasy or Christmas movies. And
we talked about that.
We did, and we will talk about those much later.
Yeah.
As the season progresses. But as it stands, let's start off.
You want to do your 10 and then I'll do my 10 and we'll just go back and forth like that?
Yeah, for sure. I won't take too much long, I hope. Too much long? I hope I won't take too long.
Okay.
One of the criteria that I had for my movies was, for my top 10, wasn't the best movies I can think of. These top 10 are my comfort movies. These are movies that I could pop on, I know like the back of my hand, and I can just watch them literally doing mindless things around the house. If I'm painting models, if I'm, just... I just basically touched my desk and one of my lights fell, so I apologize about that for everyone. These are just comfort movies, things I put on the background. I do painting, I do little miniatures, I do terrain building. I just flop this on to do whatever.
I can't do that with any of these movies on my list because I'll get distracted and I will watch them and I won't get any other project done.
Yeah, I understand that. I really do. And some of these are very hard to do that to, but that's where I generally, you know what? I feel bored. I want to watch something, but I don't want to watch something, so let's put this on.
Okay.
The first one is Gone in 60 Seconds.
Nice.
Come out in the year 2000. Directed by Dominic Sena. Jerry Bruckheimer produced it. Nick Cage, Angelina Jolie, Giovanni Ribisi, Chi McBride. I think it's Chi because he named himself after Chicago. So I think it's Chi McBride, but I've heard people say Chi. Timothy Olyphant, Delroy Lindo, Vinnie Jones, Christopher Eccleston, who hated this movie. And Sean Cann. Sean Cann is one of those one of my favorite low-key actors. He's been in a lot of my favorite movies, like the Ocean's movies. He's been in the remake of Hawaii Five-0, and he's always perpetually a driver. Always.
Okay.
This particular movie holds a sentimental value to me because it was one of the first DVDs that I ever bought. Next to Tron, Gone in 60 Seconds, I'd never seen it before. I wanted to buy something. This was it. And it was a hell of a ride. It has a great soundtrack. It's got Moby, Chemical Brothers, The Cult, of course. It's campy because it's got Nick Cage. Like, you really can't go wrong with that. Yeah, Gone in 60 Seconds. Give it a shot. Next one is
are we going back and forth, or?
Okay, yeah. Go. Yeah, we'll do that. I didn't know.
You'll finish. No, that's fine. I was just, if you get to your one and then I start at my 10, then it's just gonna be.
Yeah, go for it.
I don't have nearly as much to say about my number 10. It made the list just because it's one that I enjoy going back to watch a lot. It actually kind of falls in line with your number 10 as well. It's not Gone in 60 Seconds, but it's the Fast and the Furious.
Another car movie. We could have done another one on cars, but that's a good one. The original?
The original, the first one. I've watched the entire series. I've seen all of them, but this is one of the ones that I can go back and watch multiple times. Up until about maybe the fifth or sixth one, before they start going to space and doing all the stupid stuff there.
Space.
Oh yeah, they go to space in one of them. Yeah. It's they've gone way over the top at this point. Now apparently the last one is supposed to bring it back home. They're going back to LA. It's supposed to be grounded again. Like it's supposed to wrap it all up. We'll see how they can pull that off. But it's crazy. So this one came out in 2001, directed by Rob Cohen. It was Vin Diesel, Paul Walker, Michelle Rodriguez, a bunch of other really good actors for that. Like the movie wasn't winning any awards, but it did great. Whereas that was, you said you bought Gone in 60 Seconds on VHS. I had the soundtrack for Fast and the Furious.
Brilliant.
But yeah, I mean, first movie came out in 2001. We're almost 30 years in, and they're finally going to wrap it up with the next movie.
Oh my God.
Which is insane.
Vin, but, it's okay. It's okay. We understand.
He's got nothing else going for him, man.
That's true.
As soon as he's done that, he's going to try to put out another Riddick movie.
You mean his D&D character?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he did the last Witch Hunter too, which was based off the D&D character.
There's a lot of people who want to see more of that one. I wouldn't mind seeing more of that Witch Hunter.
I would have to watch it again. I only watched it once, and I don't recall too much about it, but I don't remember it being bad.
No, it wasn't terrible. It was... Yeah. It was Vin Diesel hunting
witches,
medieval creatures. Yeah.
All right, you're number 9.
Good. Yep. So yeah, mine aren't really in any particular order. There is no number 1. There is no number 10. It depends on how I feel. But the 9th on my list, or the 2nd on my list, I'm not really going to go too much into because there's not a lot to say about it. Only because everybody knows about it. Raiders of the Lost Ark.
Nice.
It's right up there. The whole Pulp Fiction kind of pulp adventure. 1981, directed by Steven Spielberg, Harrison Ford. I mean, what else can you say? John Rhys Davies is in it.
Yes, he is.
Yes, he is. A tall Gimli. Many years before. On top of that, it has one of my favorite composers. John Williams is a composing god.
He really is.
I have nothing else to say. Raiders of the Lost Ark. I could go into the different facts and everything that everybody already knows, like the gun shooting, the duel that he had. Everybody had a sickness, and he just wanted to get that scene over and done with. So instead of waving around a sword, he just pulled out his pistol. That's why he was sweating in the movie. Everybody was sick except for one person. I can't remember who it was. I think it was Steven Spielberg. But yeah, it's go ahead.
Yeah, that's the one with where he shoots the guy with that has the whip.
Yeah,
that was because they all had food poisoning.
Yeah. Yep, that was it. Yeah.
Except for Steven Spielberg, he was the only one who didn't have food poisoning, and they say it's because he brings his own food with him.
I think that's it. But again, I didn't want to go into too many details because it's been so long, and pretty much everybody knows about these stories. But it's still a great movie. I had to bring it up. That's why it's my number 2 or number 9 or whatever.
I tried to list mine in as much of an order as I could, which is why Fast was at number 10. I listed the 10, like I picked my 10 and then I kind of went through and organized them. I could put them in other orders. I would watch any of these on any of the days, but number 9 on my list is Hot Fuzz.
See, I was going to put mine on there, but I was going to save it for another, but I couldn't categorize it. But Hot Fuzz is definitely.
It definitely could, because as I was going through a bunch of these, you could totally do like a buddy cop top 10, which we could do down the line, and Hot Fuzz would probably still be on that list for me.
I'd be okay
but
with that.
I love that movie. 2007, Edgar Wright, Simon Pegg, Nick Frost, Timothy Dalton. What I didn't know, and when I was looking into stuff on this movie, is Nick Frost initially didn't want to do the movie. He only agreed to do it if he got to name his character. And they said, okay, you can name your character, but we need you to watch all these action movies to prepare for the role. They gave him like 30 movies to watch. He watched one, and it was Bad Boys 2. Which is why it's the only movie he brings up the entire movie.
No, he brings up Point Break.
Oh, he does bring up
Point Break. He makes reference to Point Break multiple times, but still.
But it was mainly Bad Boys. Bad Boys he brought up a lot.
Oh, yeah. Actually, there's Point Break too. One of the lines from that movie that I cannot ever say without a follow-up is for the greater good.
For the greater good.
Thank you. Don't leave me hanging. Yes, I will agree to Hot Fuzz.
I could have, but it probably would have just ended the podcast early.
And we're done. Thank you very much.
All right.
Good.
Yeah, I'm good. You go with your third or number 8 or however you want to do it.
1994, directed by James Cameron, Arnold Schwarzenegger, Jamie Lee Curtis, Tom Arnold, Bill Paxton.
Oh, God.
True Lies. There's not a year, there's not 6 months that pass that I cannot watch this movie. If for anything, Tom Arnold and Bill Paxton. Like, Jamie Lee Curtis's dance scene is wonderful, and anybody who's grown up watching Halloween or anything else, Jamie Lee Curtis is a bee queen, and she's still looking stunning. The entire dichotomy between secretive lives and real lives and everything else. Tia Carrere, everybody just did a wonderful job, but Tom Arnold and Bill Paxton, for me, stole almost every scene they were in. And not a day goes by that I don't reference Tom Arnold getting kicked in the nads saying, "Son of a bitch." I will always say it in that manner too, like, "Son of a bitch," anytime. And it's a low brain movie, leave your brain at the door kind of thing. Most of these are.
They are. Well, especially when you get into the Arnold Schwarzenegger movies, like, they're just high action, go for the explosions, big guns and stuff. I surprisingly don't have a single Arnold Schwarzenegger movie on my list.
Okay.
But there's other top 10 lists that will definitely have some of his movies on there.
Absolutely. I find that out of all of his, I think this one is probably the most cerebral.
Okay.
Only because of the very nature of the movie itself, like the double lives kind of thing, but that's about it.
I was starting to think of some of his movies while you were talking about that one. Do you remember Eraser?
No, I don't think I've ever seen it.
No, you've never seen that one?
No.
That one was, I remember watching that one a lot when I was younger too. I think it was after that one.
I might have, but because it's been so long and I may have only seen it once.
Yeah.
There was one where he plays like an angry Russian.
Oh, I don't think I know that one.
I just have to tip my tongue, but I can't remember.
He has done a lot more movies than I actually know that he's done, for sure.
One movie I wouldn't mind seeing again is Conan. Speaking of Arnold Schwarzenegger, real quick. But yeah, True Lies, 1994. If you haven't, do it. Your go.
My go. And this is probably one you haven't seen, nor maybe many others. But my number 8 on my list is called Ong Bak.
I have heard of it.
Yeah, this is a phenomenal movie. It came out in 2003. I'm not even going to try to pronounce the director's name. But it was Tony Jaa's first Western, like big Western movie. Um, Amazing martial artist, Muay Thai, lots of knees and elbows. But this movie, he does all of his own stunts. Not a single stunt double in the movie. There's no wires, no CGI. A lot of the bad guys had crazy hair in the movie because they needed to do that to cover the head padding that they had on.
Makes
Um,
sense.
it's nuts, and I've seen some of his other movies, but Ong Bak is one that I can just keep going back and watching. The stunts were crazy. Now, one of my favorite things I came across when I was looking back into this movie that I didn't know about was Steven Seagal was very, very impressed with this movie, and I'm glad this didn't happen, but he was so impressed with it that he wanted to do the Western release through his company. But he wanted to do that only if he could do reshoots to where he was the one
Of,
teaching Tony Jaa's
of
character.
course. Of course.
It would have been
Oh
terrible.
my God. Because that man cannot ever be shown in a spot of bad luck, bad light.
Oh my god.
Oh man, no!
But
I'm
yeah,
so glad that didn't
great.
happen. Ong Bak,
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to write that down. You know what? I'll get that list later because that does sound. Because we could do another like martial arts movie, like
Oh yeah, because there
Mortal
was other
Kombat,
ones. Yeah,
Shaolin
I would
Soccer, Kung Fu
Mortal
Hustle.
Kombat. I
Oh
would
my
say for
God,
video games, but like yeah, you have.
we could do that too. Yeah,
I mean,
uh,
there's Jean Claude Van Damme martial arts movies.
Bloodsport,
There's
just to name
Bloodsport,
one.
and those ones. The Kickboxer. There's Jackie Chan's movies. There's
Um, the Last Dragon
The
from back
Last
in the
Dragon.
'80s.
Yeah, all the Bruce Lee movies,
Oh my
Enter the
God,
Dragon,
yeah,
and
yeah,
all
yeah,
those ones. Yeah, yeah, yeah.
yeah. That's not a
So
bad
many.
idea. Oh, so many. And yeah, we have so many different genres to go through once we start doing more
Yeah.
movie lists.
All right, your
Um,
next one.
all right. We're going to do the same kind of pattern. 2006, Zack Snyder directed. Gerard Butler, Lena Headey, who has 2 appearances on my list. Michael Fassbender, 300.
Okay.
Top to bottom, I could pretty much recite it. A lot of people were upset because it wasn't historically accurate, and I
Yeah,
never
and
I
nobody
never
needed
took
it
that.
to be.
Well, the thing is, I went in, and as soon as I saw not just the animation and everything else, everything was larger than life.
Mhm.
It was a storyteller's enactment of everything went on, and any good storyteller worth their salt will embellish everything, and
Yeah,
that's exactly what had happened. Was that this wasn't a recreation verbatim. This
yeah,
was a storyteller getting people excited and motivated to come and help their king.
yeah. It
Like a
wasn't meant to be
storyteller.
a period piece or anything like that. It
Absolutely.
was.
He was a bard. If
Yeah,
you're going to go into D&D, that was a bard. No
yeah.
music needed.
No.
Historical accurate. One of my favorite lines was King Leonidas, not Leonidas, Leonidas, to Delios. Delios, I trust that scratch hasn't made you useless. Hardly, my lord. It's just an eye. The god saw fit to grace me with a spare. It's one of my favorite lines.
Yeah,
Um,
that was
yeah,
a good movie.
it was. It was really well done. Did not like the second. Not going to get into it. But I
I don't
found
even recall the second one.
you're better off.
Yeah,
Trust me. It was 300 was a ride start to finish all the way through, and again, it wasn't historically accurate because it was a story, and it was from one storyteller to another. It was beautiful. Your turn.
my turn. Okay, I'll start at yours and let's see if you can figure out what it is. 1994. Um, Directed by I think it's Jean de Bont. It's Keanu Reeves, Dennis Hopper, Sandra Bullock.
Oh, Spid.
Speed.
Yeah, because in French it's
Um,
Spid.
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 But yeah, so this was I watched this movie way too many times. We used to record movies on VHS off of HBO, Cinemax, all those
Oh yeah.
ones. We just record like you could put like 3 or 4 movies on a VHS, so we'd always have a bunch of them on there. But I watched Speed a lot, and I probably watched some of them when I was too young, but whatever.
Made you the person you are today.
That's true. When I was re-looking into this one, I didn't realize that Keanu was only cast in the role based off of his role from Point Break, because he looked vulnerable. And this is a quote, vulnerable on screen. He's not threatening to men because he's not that bulky, and he looks great to women. That is exact quote, word for word from the director, why he picked Keanu Reeves for the movie.
It was a good gamble.
Now the guy who did direct it was the second choice. The first choice of the director, do you know who it was?
Director?
Yeah,
For
the
Speed?
original. Yeah, who they approached first to direct it, and he turned it down.
The only one that comes to mind is Jerry Bruckheimer, but I have no idea.
Quentin Tarantino.
Oh my god! Oh my god!
Yeah.
That could have turned out.
It would have been a completely different movie.
Oh my god!
He turned it down, but it's now in his top 20 movies since '92. He loves the movie.
Oh,
And
fantastic!
it's probably better that way. It would have been very different had he got it. And then the last thing I didn't know about this one is Keanu didn't accept the role. Like, he was going to turn it down initially until the script was rewritten. He didn't like the initial script. The script was rewritten by Joss Whedon.
Really?
Yeah. So, and he
Interesting.
accepted it after the rewrite. So that was it. I can only imagine what the movie would have been had any of those things gone any differently.
Well, I mean, it wouldn't be the Speed we know now. That's for
No,
sure.
it wouldn't have.
Wow.
And the one thing it probably would have done is guaranteed we wouldn't have gotten the second one, which no one needed.
Yep. Yep.
Apparently, neither did Keanu Reeves because he wasn't in it.
Yeah, Sandra didn't even want it, but she's like, well, I need the money.
I could use another paycheck.
Yeah, exactly.
All right, your next one.
1987. Paul Verhoeven with Peter Weller, Kurtwood Smith, Miguel Ferrer, and Ronnie Cox. Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me. RoboCop. It's on my list. It always has been. It is, for, what did I say, 87, one of the single most brutal movies I had seen. It wasn't just gory, like the explosion. If you haven't seen it, spoilers from 87. We also have to give into consideration the time distance. If you haven't seen RoboCop by now, that's on you. There's a scene where some guy gets dunked on with nuclear waste, and he starts transforming and gooing, and someone smokes right into him with a car. That freaked me out as a kid because it just splattered. He just disintegrated.
Yeah, that's understandable.
It was such a brutal, like the shotgun to the hand. Everything about this movie was not made for kids.
No.
Some of the great lines are, Dead or Alive, You're Coming With Me. You have 60 seconds to comply. I'd buy that for $1, and bitches leave. And I will go on record to say that the remake should never have happened.
Never watched it.
You can, if you want, just to say that you did to warn other people not to warn other people not to. My note here is the remake shouldn't have happened. It removed everything that was great about the original, including the struggle for humanity. It
really?
It stripped all that. Like, they still had the wife.
Like that was like a core concept of the movie.
Everything about the first RoboCop, from the introduction of the Ed 209 to stripping away citizens' rights to the cops, and from the cops to the corporations, everything was a struggle for humanity in the original RoboCop, at least in my opinion. But for the remake, they just made it into a shoot 'em up movie, and that's all it was, and it was very disappointing.
That's unfortunate.
Yep.
I really don't think I'm going to have anything to say about my next one because you've already mentioned it.
Oh.
my number 6, 1981, Steven Spielberg, Harrison Ford, Jonathan Rhys-Davies, Raiders of the Lost
Raiders
Ark.
of the Lost Ark.
Um,
I mean, the fact that it's on two of our lists, like both of
yeah.
our lists,
Oh, absolutely.
Steven Spielberg. We just,
Yeah.
I'm, you know, for people who are just listening now, who aren't familiar, Chicken is my partner. I call her Chicken. Everybody knows her as Chicken. It's not It's not deformatory. It's not deflammatory. She absolutely loves it. Every time she passes my office, I call out, "Hey, Chicken." She goes, "Bonk." So she fully accepts it and embraces it. We do weight training from time to time. Tonight's supposed to be my night, but whatever. We put on movies, and one of them was Jaws. Steven Spielberg. What can you say about Steve? He's got an eye for these things, and Raiders is right up there.
He actually said of all of the Indiana Jones movies, this one he considers the most perfect of the series.
I can agree to that. As a passive observer, absolutely. The other ones were good.
Yeah,
this one was the best.
I mean, the Temple of Doom obviously has a spot for me because I saw that one a lot as a kid too, and the whole chilled monkey brains and all that stuff.
Yeah.
So, I mean, that's probably my second one in the series, but I also love Sean Connery. So it's when you get into the newer ones, it gets hard to even talk
there were
about
only
them
3.
too much.
Nope,
Yeah,
there were only 3.
Okay.
There were only 3, and apparently the video game is pretty good.
I did hear that. I do want to play the game. I've heard really good things.
Me too.
So I do want to check that out.
The guy who does the voice for Indiana Jones apparently is really, really good, really close too. Apparently, so I'm eager to try that game out. If I'm being honest. Okay, you good?
I'm good. You're number 5.
1986, directed by Russell Mulcahy, with Christopher Lambert, Sean Connery, Clancy Brown. Fantastic soundtrack by Queen. I want it all. I want it all. I want it all. And I want it now. Highlander. Another movie that they're redoing. I've got mixed feelings because
we'll see.
It actually has a Scotsman in it, Gerard Butler, as far as I know. This one was really cool. For those who don't know, go watch it because it is a classic.
Yes.
A Frenchman playing a Scot playing an Egyptian Spaniard. Yeah, I know. Some of the great lines in it was purely from Clancy Brown. I'm in disguise. I loved him as the Kurgan. There was a role-playing game out based on the system for White Wolf, and I think it was unofficially released by White Wolf for Highlander, The Gathering, where you get to play a Highlander. And my buddies wanted to form themselves either after Ramirez, which was Sean Connery's character, or Clancy Brown's character, the Kurgan. It was just visceral, and it was apparently a college student's project. And someone came to him and said, "That's really good. Here's a bunch of money. Let's go make this a movie." He's like, "Okay." And here we go. And again, there's only one. There can only be only one.
I knew there was something that I saw recently about that one because apparently they have cast the Kurgan. It's Dave Bautista.
You know, he's come a long way.
He has. Of the people who have broken to acting, I feel like he probably has the most range.
He has a lot of range.
He does.
And he's funny.
So that'll be interesting because I know Henry Cavill, obviously, that was they jumped out on him.
Yeah.
And then Dave Bautista is the next person that I've seen them confirm for casting.
Yeah, so. And that's where I got confused. It wasn't Jerry Butler. It was Henry Cavill, and I apologize. But still, okay.
He's apparently got a lot of stuff in the works. He hasn't had anything come out since the second season of The Witcher, aside from his cameo in Deadpool Wolverine.
He was in that Extraordinary Gentleman thing. I'll be damned if I can remember it. But
I think but I think that came out before his cameo in Deadpool Wolverine. That was his last thing.
Yeah, okay. No, you're right. You're right. And if you haven't seen that, go ahead. If you like Henry Cavill, if you like the guy from Reacher, both big men. It was a good movie. It was a good movie. So yeah, Highlander is right there.
My number five does have Henry Cavill in it. It's 2018, directed by Christopher McQuarrie. Henry Cavill, Simon Pegg, Ving Rhames, and Tom Cruise.
Oh, one. You know what? This is one of my favorite franchises. I'm not gonna lie.
Yes, it is.
With the exception
But
of number two. Sorry. Go ahead. Go ahead.
Mission Impossible Fallout
Yep.
is probably my favorite in the series because I think that's when Simon Pegg hit his stride in his character in that one. Henry
Oh
Cavill
yeah.
was amazing cast in his part in that one, and some of the stunts in this one, like the Halo drop,
Oh my God.
was insane.
Yeah. I think in the entire series so far, I think number three, the one directed by John Woo, or was that number two? I can't remember. It was one
That
or
was
two.
number two. That
It
was
was
number
two.
two.
Yep.
Number three was the one with oh god, I hate that I can't remember his name because I just watched it. The guy who played the villain, he actually died after his last role in the Hunger Games movies. I'm gonna sound like an idiot on this because
Donald
I can't remember his
Sutherland?
name. No.
No, I didn't think so. I
Mission,
haven't watched many of the Hunger Games. I think I've seen one, maybe a little bit of the second.
Mission Impossible 3. I hate that I lost his name. Philip Seymour Hoffman.
Oh yes,
And he was
that's
probably
right.
one of the best villains
And that was a
of
good
the
movie.
entire series because of
Yeah,
how ruthless he was.
yeah. No, I
The
agree.
opening scene for the third one where he's just counting down and yeah,
Yeah, the bomb in the
nuts.
head. Oh my God.
Yeah,
The only reason why I didn't like number two is because John Woo. Don't get me wrong,
yeah.
John Woo is great, but I think the movie could have been cut in half if he had sped up some of the scenes because there
The
were.
slow-mos.
Oh my
Yeah,
God, he loves the slow motions.
yeah.
Oh my God, but yeah, that.
I the continuity between them also killed me sometimes because in the second one he's with that girl at the end of the movie. And in the beginning of the third one, he's engaged to somebody else, like retired and everything. Like you didn't even try to bring her back or explain it away
Yeah,
or anything like that,
yeah,
which is fine. I mean, whatever. They got better after the second one, anyways.
whatever.
But
Um,
yeah, especially once, I mean, I've loved Simon Pegg in the series, and they brought him in on the fourth one.
yeah,
The one J.J. Abrams directed, I
the
believe, was the fourth one.
the character development in the entire thing was really well done.
Yeah,
Yep.
yeah, it really was.
What have we got?
Um,
You ready?
yeah, go ahead.
1986, directed by John Carpenter with Kurt Russell, Kim Cattrall, and James Hong. We got Big Trouble in Little China.
Nice.
This is probably the single best sidekick movie I've seen. Because anybody who thinks
Okay.
Tim Burton, oh no.
Are you doing what I just did with Philip Seymour
Oh
Hoffman?
no, I can't. Oh no, this is one of my favorite movies, and it's embarrassing because I can't remember. Oh my God. Jack Burton. God. Jack Burton was Kurt Russell's character. I knew it was
Okay.
Burton, and I just couldn't remember that it's Jack Burton. Because the entire movie, he tries and he fails, and everybody else picks up the slack and wins the battles. Jack Burton is a sidekick all the way through. And it was beautifully done. I think even Carpenter mentions that this is a sidekick movie. One of the biggest quote is all in the reflexes. Anytime I did a radio show, back when I did my radio show, I would have Jack Burton saying, it's all in the reflexes. It was a really weird, it could be considered a Western because it was supposed to be a Western. It had so many different cuts to it because there's so many different scenes that don't make sense, but they still kind of blended in.
Okay.
If there is like a director's cut of the full thing, I would love to see it. I know there isn't. But it is still a really, really trippy movie to watch. like the three, the lightning and storm and wind, I think, are the three bad guys. One was inspired actually by Raiden by Mortal Kombat.
Okay.
Because he had that big hat and he did the lightning. Like, the special effects for the 80s was good. It wasn't horrible, and they've aged well. Actually, they've aged really, really well. Yeah, Big Trouble in Little China, Pork Chop Express. Yeah, it's a good movie. I have nothing else more to say about it.
I've noticed a lot of my movies are 2000s or 90s.
A lot of
I
mine
have
are
a
80s and 90s.
yeah. All right. So my number 4 from the year 2000, Ridley Scott, Russell Crowe, and Joaquin Phoenix. It's
Well done.
Gladiator.
Yeah.
I I actually didn't mind the second one, and it's gotten some hate, but
Yeah.
it didn't need to be done.
No.
Obviously, the first one was great, but I didn't hate what he did with the second one. I
Okay.
didn't like that within 2 weeks of it coming out, they said he's gonna do a third one, but I didn't hate it. It
Okay.
wasn't there was rumors of where he was gonna go with it, and it kind of seemed like that's where it was going when I was watching it, but it didn't fully go there. Um, the shark battle inside the Colosseum was a bit much.
Okay.
They could have just as easily done crocodiles, which would have been a little more region specific and realistic.
Apparently this stuff happened.
Yeah.
Apparently.
But
Okay.
no, the first one was amazing. I mean, the score
Yeah,
by
yeah.
Hans Zimmer,
Oh my God.
Russell Crowe's favorite role that he's ever done.
Yep. Yep.
He only got it because it was turned down by Mel Gibson.
Yep.
I didn't know that one. I also didn't know until I was looking into this that the thumbs up and thumbs down that they do during the Coliseum was
Backwards.
reversed.
Yep.
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 But it was for modern viewing because we all view thumbs up as good and thumbs down as bad.
Yep.
Um,
It actually means sword up or sword down.
yeah.
Yep.
Apparently, Ridley Scott had a wonderful time with his older actors in this movie. So Richard Harris ignored rewrites and wouldn't learn any of his new lines. If they changed anything in a scene, he would just go with what the original writing was. And Oliver Reed, who passed away
Passed
before
away.
the movie came out,
Yep.
said that his life was his own after 5 o'clock.
Yeah. Yep. And he didn't much like working with Russell Crowe.
No, but I also didn't know the movie was made on only a budget of 103 million.
Only. But still, that's impressive.
For the time,
Yeah.
and it beat that in 2 weeks. Like it made all its money back in the first 2 weeks.
That's a hell of a gamble, but
Such a great movie.
it is the videography, the choreography, the fights. It was really, really. It's one of those movies. Well,
All the props, the makeup, the
yeah.
everything, the costuming, like everything.
Everything.
Yeah, such a wonderful movie. All right, go on.
1984, directed by Martin Brest, with Eddie Murphy, Judge Reinhold, and John Aston. One of the best soundtrack for a movie. One of the best soundtracks for a movie I've heard in a very long time. Beverly Hills Cop. This soundtrack formed a lot of my future musical tastes. Like I played this soundtrack alone back to back on my ghetto blaster back in the day. Pointer Sisters, Harold Faltermeyer, Patti LaBelle, Glenn Fry. I've always said that a soundtrack can make or break a movie. If you have the wrong soundtrack, it just doesn't feel right. And I've seen a lot of movies like this. Now, some movies don't have much of a soundtrack, and that's fine. It does nothing. But you get the wrong score for the wrong moment, it just ruins the mood. And the score, the music, the pacing for this entire movie, it was lighthearted, and they still had some really good, serious moments in it. Eddie Murphy, this is primo Eddie Murphy in his prime.
Absolutely.
This is, if somebody comes to me and asks me, how can you define 80s movies? It's hard not to choose Beverly Hills Cop, Lethal Weapon, Die Hard in any of that.
Oh, it
because
was cop movies.
absolutely,
They were amazing back then. Yeah.
absolutely. So Beverly Hills Cop is right there. Your turn.
My number 3 is from 2012, directed by Sam Mendes. Is Javier Bardem, Daniel Craig, Judi Dench.
Really? Okay.
Skyfall.
Skyfall.
That
Okay.
is my favorite of the Daniel Craig ones. Casino Royale is really close. I loved Casino Royale, but Skyfall, because it was on such a down after the Quantum of Solace,
Oh yeah.
and that may have what made Skyfall so much better.
Yeah,
But
kind of like how Empire was the better of the trilogy.
yeah,
Because it was tragic and it gives you something more to look towards, I guess.
yeah.
Okay.
But I know there was just the story in this one and how it fleshed out his background a little bit more. I mean, we lost M after how many years of her playing that character?
That was devastating. Again,
It was,
spoilers.
yeah. If you haven't watched it, it's been out for quite a while at this point. But I things I didn't know about this one when I was looking, and I saw it in the theaters when it first came out. I think me and my buddy skipped out of one of our nursing classes to go and see it. We were sitting in the back. We were bored that day, so we're like, Skyfall's out, let's go see it.
It's
But
a
I
good
didn't
movie
know
to
that
skip.
it was. I didn't know that the role of Kincaid was originally written for Sean Connery,
Ooh.
but they opted out of even offering it to him because it would have pulled people out of the movie
Yeah.
because Sean Connery was James Bond, so people had him playing another character. But they wanted to pull him out of retirement just for that. But
yeah,
it would have been cool to see, but I'm glad they didn't because it probably would have taken away from the movie.
yeah.
So they did a study on James Bond around the time this one came out. In the first 50 years, so this doesn't include the last two, Spectre and I forget what the last one was called. I actually still haven't watched his last one, but I need to.
I can't remember.
But for the first 50 years, James Bond had been shot at 4,662 times. This is only the second movie where a bullet hit him.
Oh wow.
Yeah.
Oh wow.
So second James Bond movie where he was wounded by a gunshot. The first one was I believe Thunderball. It was his foot.
Holy Christ. That's a
And
long time ago.
Yeah, and the last one is called No Time to Die. That's the one I haven't seen.
Yeah, that's the one I haven't seen either.
But yeah, at this point, when Daniel Craig was filming this one during there was a lot of breaks and pauses in shoots and he got injured and they had to take time off. He was already saying at this one that he felt like he was getting too old to film James Bond anymore. He was 43 and he still did 2 more. He still did 2 more.
I'm too old for this, but I need the money.
Yeah. But no, I do want to watch the last one. If anything, just for Rami Malek, because he plays a villain in the last one.
Oh yeah.
And I think he's a phenomenal actor. I do really enjoy Daniel Craig as James Bond. I felt like they dragged his run out a little too long.
Yeah.
But I do want to watch the last one just for that one. But for now, Skyfall's the one on my list.
Okay. Nice. 2010, directed by John Carnahan, with Liam Neeson, Bradley Cooper, Shalta Copley, Jessica Biel. It is a remake of an 80s TV show. If you can find them, and if you can afford them, maybe you can hire the A-Team.
Oh yeah,
absolutely. Because I grew up
that
watching,
was a good reboot.
It really was, and it got a lot of flack. I mean, the guy who played B.A. Baracus had a lot against him later on because he was an MMA fighter, and there was a lot of there was a lot of controversy around him. but the movie itself wasn't horrible, and it was
No.
perfect A-Team.
Yeah.
Like everything about it was so campy and over
It
the
was.
top. The trucker trailer scene was very much over the top, and it was perfect for the movie because it was so outrageous. If you haven't seen it, there's a scene where basically they take the the walnut under the cup trick and they shuffle it around, but they do it with the back end of trailers from a crane and they move them around. It's so ridiculous. It doesn't make any sense, but it was such a hell of a trip. It was just a joy to watch. Can't be over the top, over exaggerated, mindless and fun. I grew up watching this TV show, and when the movie came out, I had to see it. Didn't expect anything, and I wasn't disappointed. Liam Neeson didn't particularly like this role only because he had recently, at that moment, had recently stopped. He had quit smoking.
Okay.
So even the herbal cigars that he had to have for Hannibal in this movie, he really resented doing.
Mm.
But other than that, it was a great A-Team ride. It was a really good remake. I really, really enjoyed it.
Yeah, I do remember that one. I did enjoy that one. My number two, 2014. One that we did not expect a lot from.
Okay.
But we watched the trailer and decided we were going to go see this movie. And it
Okay.
turned out being one of the best movies we'd ever gone to see.
Okay. Hit me.
Keanu Reeves, Alfie Allen, Willem Dafoe. Come on, buddy. It's John
Oh
Wick.
shit! Yeah, John Wick. I just seen that the other day too. We literally watched that the other day while doing weights. As soon as you said Willem Dafoe, I'm like, okay, yeah,
John Wick.
Yep. John Wick, the
But
one that started it all.
Oh my god! I remember I was chilling with you guys. We had nothing else to do. Let's go see a movie. We watched the trailer. We're like, what? It doesn't. What? We'll go see it. Probably one of the best movies I've ever gone to see, not knowing what I was walking in to go see.
Yeah, it was just so really well done. Like again, the cinematography, the actors who played
The
each
soundtrack.
role, the soundtrack. Yeah, as low key as it was, because it's not memorable. I don't remember it, but I remember
It's
being
not. But if
hyped.
you hear it,
You
you
know.
know that's John Wick.
Yes. Yeah, absolutely.
It doesn't overshadow anything in the movie. It doesn't like take front center
Yeah.
of the movie at any point. But
Yeah.
as soon as you hear it, you know that's
know.
a John Wick scene.
And everything, the script writing was so good at the beginning. Sorry, I don't want to over
Go ahead.
your notes.
Yeah.
And everything was so well done to emphasize how good John was right from the phone call. At the beginning when his car was stolen, I heard you hit my son. Can I ask you why? Yeah, he stole John Wick's car. Oh. John, end of conversation. And that's in the first like 10 minutes.
That was the best thing about this movie is they didn't explain anything.
Yep.
There was no exposition on things. There was scenes where something would happen and you'd be like, what is that? But they didn't take the time to explain it. The coins, what John Wick had done, they still, I honestly don't think up until this point they have still said what he did to get out.
No, I don't think so. I haven't seen the most recent ones, so I don't know, but I don't think they've said. It was just an
you didn't watch the fourth one?
Not yet.
It had, yeah. I don't think there has been a really bad one in the series. I even went and saw Ballerina, and it's a spinoff.
Yeah.
It's not as good. It's still in the same universe, still the same tones and all that kind of stuff. I like what they did so that they didn't make her a Mary Sue.
Nice.
Because she's just starting out. The movie like shows her training and everything, and then it goes like 3 months in.
Okay.
And comparatively, she gets her ass kicked compared to what happens to John Wick.
Which is one thing that we noticed with John Wick is that he's not an ubermensch. He's not.
He still gets
kicked out of him.
He does,
he
and
plows through like a juggernaut.
He does, but then you can see him limping, and a lot of that's actually just real life Keanu in pain from the stuff that he's been through.
No, it was a really good movie on how you set someone up without saying a thing. It's just
Now,
really well
one
done.
of my
Yeah.
favorite things that I didn't know about this one was originally the movie was titled Scorn.
Oh,
Like that was the
that
title. It
makes
wasn't a
sense.
workshop or anything like that.
Yeah.
But Keanu kept referring it to John Wick, everybody he talked it to.
So
And
it
they were
just
just
grew.
like, listen, let's just keep it because we've already gotten all of this marketing by him just calling it John Wick. So let's just leave it at that. And just the training and everything that Keanu did for this, the months and months and months of training and all
Oh
that kind of
yeah.
stuff. The people that he trained with said that he learned how to do things so fast, and the way he reloaded guns and how quickly he did things and how quickly he picked it up was better than professionals that have been doing it
Oh
for their career,
wow.
which is nuts.
Nice.
But yeah, John Wick, I will watch that any day of the week.
Yep. Yep.
It's my number 2.
My last one was one of my rare 2000s. Like 18 was 2010. This was put out in the same year, actually. Directed by Robert Schwenkte, with Bruce Willis, Mary Louise Parker, Dame Helen Mirren, Morgan Freeman, John Malkovich,
Red.
Richard Dreyfuss, Carl Urban, and Brian Cox, who I could listen to with Ian McShane for hours. Move over. You can have your Morgan Freemans. Give me James Earl Jones. Give me Ian McShane. Give me Brian Cox. I will be a happy man. Red, retired, extremely dangerous.
I have not actually watched that one. I haven't
Okay,
seen it.
it has to be on your list.
Yeah,
Really,
I'll have to watch that one.
this is a great combination of comedy meets high adventure, spies being spies. It's a bunch of retired spies
Yeah,
from all over, from the British Secret Service, Russians, the Americans, Mary Louise Parker, falling in love with one of them. Strange coincidences and happy happenstance. It is a really good ride. I showed it to my friend in Montreal. Chicken and I have watched it. It remains one of these days, up to this day, one of my favorites. Red 2 wasn't bad
yeah.
by any means. This one is absolutely. Yeah. I can't. It was really, really easy for me to get hooked in.
Speaking of Ian McShane and voices you can listen to, that was one of the things I had written down for John Wick that I thought you would have are glad this happened.
God.
He wasn't the first casting for that role. He
Uh,
replaced Jason Isaacs.
oh. I
Yeah.
mean, he's got a good voice, but
No, he does, and I do enjoy him in a lot of things that he's done. But Ian McShane is perfect for that role.
God, Al Swearington. Oh yeah, he's just
Yeah,
so good. Lovejoy. Oh God.
yeah.
Oh, he does things. He really does. And he's a good actor. Anyways, so yes, retired, extremely dangerous. Red, good movie.
Was that your 2 or 1?
That was my number 1. That was my last one. But
That was your last one.
I do have 2 runners up, but I could wait until you're done your number 1.
Yeah. I didn't do any runners up or honorable mentions. I could have just gone on and on and on, but I
Yeah.
didn't do that. I wanted to keep it at the 10. My wife was surprised with the first one that I have on the list. I was surprised that she couldn't guess it. My second one from the 80s,
Okay.
1985, directed by Richard Donner, Sean Astin, Josh Brolin, Corey Feldman, The Goonies.
The Goonies are good enough for me. That's awesome.
Yeah.
As soon as you said Sean Astin and Brolin, I knew exactly who it was.
I didn't know this was Josh Brolin's film debut.
Yes.
This was his very first movie.
Yeah.
I didn't know that.
Yep.
It makes sense. He was very young when it came out. But
oh my God, was he ever?
it's also, aside from Raiders of the Lost Ark, is only the second movie on the on my list that made it onto the National Film Registry.
Oh, that's awesome.
Yeah. So this one was added in 2017.
What a great movie.
Oh, so good. Jeff Cohen as Chunk.
Yeah.
Hey,
you guys.
Apparently got the chicken pox just before filming was supposed to start. but showed up to set anyways because he didn't want to lose his part. And the last thing I didn't know, and I asked my wife if she knew this one because she loves the Goonies as well. Do you know why they call themselves the Goonies? This does not come up in the movie at all.
No, I have a feeling I do. I'm probably wrong, but I don't know. I'll say that I don't know.
So the area that they're of Astoria that they're from is called the Goondocks. So that's why they're called the Goonies. And I didn't write it down, but there's actually the whole Goonies motto. It's actually written, and they might have filmed scenes with it at some point, but it mentions the Goondocks in there, and that and their motto or their whatever their creed is that they say.
Oh, wow.
So yeah, you can
Oh,
look that
that's
up. It's like
amazing.
5 or 6 lines, but it talks about why they're Goonies and how they'll always
Yeah,
be
yeah,
there
yeah.
for each other and all that stuff. But it mentions the Goondocks in there. So yeah,
That's a good
the,
movie.
yeah.
That's good. My first runner up, I'm not even going to touch up on, was Gladiator. That's why I didn't say too much.
That's fair.
The reason why it's a runner up is because I like having movies make me feel good. Gladiator is a great movie up until the
Doesn't
freaking end, and it kills me every freak. Who will help me carry him? Done, gone. Even
yeah.
before that, when he's passing his hands through the memorial weeks
Mm-hmm.
that he always does, and he just kind of make Rome great again, and he falls down or whatever. I start going, nope. I know it's coming. I know it's coming. I
Mm-hmm.
know it's coming. Who will help me carry him? And I'm gone.
Yeah.
I bawl my eyes out every time. It's so good. The soundtrack, the colors, everything about this movie is just so good. And
So
that's
good.
the only reason why it's not on my top 10 is because I don't like crying as much as I do. And I am a very emotional person, as people will attest to. And the last one on my runner-up list, my honorable mention, just recently saw this. Actually, I think we're still watching this. 2012, directed by Pete Travis, Carl Urban, Olivia Thirlby, Domhnall Gleeson, and Lena Headey, the second on this list because the other one was 300. Dread.
I've heard good things about his Dread, and I think they're talking about doing another one.
I have been waiting to hear that. Now I
Yeah.
need to have this substantiated because
Yeah.
doing a second with Carl Urban, he was really good. Now the Sylvester Stallone one wasn't supposed to be a comedy, but he sent it through rewrites. He wanted to make it lighter than it actually was. It's because Judge Dredd, the comic itself, I haven't read any. I think I may have read one, but I know of it, and it's very dark. It's very gritty.
Yeah.
It's
So I don't know why you'd want to make it campy.
it's not campy. It's not a happy-go-lucky movie.
No, it's not.
So this one, when they did this one in the area that they did with the stuff that they did, it was very well done for comic fans and moviegoers alike. It was visually impressive in most areas, gory in others because it's a Dread movie.
Yeah.
But yeah, it's I would definitely highly recommend this if you're a comic book fan or if you wanted something more from the original. Yeah, or a fan of Carl Urban.
Yeah, and I think he's a great actor too.
Yeah.
I don't think there's much I've watched with him I don't enjoy. I mean, The Boys is great.
Oh yeah, yeah.
Excited for the last season of that. So
I haven't seen the most recent. I've only seen the first and second.
they just get progressively more degenerate. So
of course they do. Of course they do. Ever since
and they
party,
just bring in more and more of the cast from Supernatural. So
oh my God, no! Oh no! Okay, cool. I mean, yeah, Bobby was in there. Do you have any other movies that you might want to talk about real quick?
No, because most of the other ones that almost made it on this list or that I cut off of it would fit into other top 10 lists, which is why there was sci-fi ones, there was monster ones, and that kind of stuff. So
oh yeah,
I'm thinking because I don't think we want to do a top 10 list each time. They're long, they're fun, but it would get kind of boring to listen to every time.
Yeah, we'll spruce them up.
I think our next one should be horror movies for October.
I'm in agreement with that. So when we do the next top 10, it will be horror, and I'm more than okay with that. Absolutely. Yeah. I can already come up with many, especially growing up in the 80s.
This one might be that one. The horror will probably be harder for me to cut down than this one was.
Yeah, I think so. But it'll be funny either way. Yeah.
Which is why I think we need the time to create it.
Yeah, from now until then. Speaking of which, for those listening, we are going to be doing a podcast every 2 weeks. And they will be posted on a Friday. The last one, our introduction, was put up by mistake by me. I thought I timed it better. So you guys got an extra bonus. This one will be posted as appropriate, and then every 2 weeks following thereafter. Again, this is our first time doing this podcast. During this podcast, while we were recording, I'm looking at the screen and I'm watching Faust's image freeze a couple times. Thankfully, the voice was still coming through, so we're good with that. Okay. But again, just like we said in the first one, things can only get better. Thank you all very much for sticking with us so far. This has only been our second one. I hope you had fun. Faust, anything to say?
If they have anything they want us to talk about or want to bring up, then let us know.
Absolutely. We have any. Yeah, go ahead.
Even one line about something could probably give us hours to talk about.
Oh my God. Yeah. Yeah. Even if you had one single movie that you really, really liked that we didn't touch up on, let us know. Jimmy Heck at hecktown.ca. Go to the website, hecktown.ca. Otherwise, how would you have known this? Our YouTube channel. We have a Discord. We have their socials. Oh, we just lost Faust. You still there, buddy? Yeah, we lost him. I think there's a timer, so that's fine. It's okay. We were going to close off anyways. Thank you very much, my friends. I know Faust is going to say goodbye anyways. We're going to figure that out. Whatever it is you do it well. We will see you in the next one. Thank you very much. This has been the Canada Geeks podcast number 2. Take care, guys. Gemify is a new, small, independent company that makes websites designed to impress and built to perform. Catering to businesses of all sizes, their results speak for themselves, skyrocketing clients to over 60,000 monthly impressions. Gemify helps owners fulfill their dreams in website design and development, just like Hecktown Entertainment. Go to gemify.ca and check out testimonials from their clients. Contact Gemify today and make your dream website at gemify.ca.